agenda setting. It's the ability of the news to influence the importance placed on certain topics by public opinion just by covering them frequently and prominently. Appeal to fear. Appeals to fear seek to build support by instilling anxiety and panic in the general population. Appeal to prejudice. Using prejudices to attach value or moral goodness to something, inevitable victory, invites those not already on the bandwagon to join those already on the road to a certain victory. Those already, or at least partially, on the bandwagon are reassured that staying aboard is their best course of action. Join the crowd. This technique is used to convince the audience that a program is an expression of an irresistible mass movement and that it is in their best interest to join. Cult of personality. A cult of personality emerges when someone utilizes mass media to construct a glorified and heroic public image, typically achieved through uncritical admiration and compliments. Subsequently, this heroic figure promotes the viewpoints desired by the propagandist, demonizing the enemy, portraying individuals from the opposing side as less than human, insignificant, or unethical. Demoralization. Propaganda aimed at an opponent with the intention of undermining their morale and promoting surrender or defection. Diktat. This method aims to streamline decision-making by utilizing visuals and text to clearly guide the audience on the specific action to take, thereby removing any alternative options. Information overload occurs when a party overwhelms a particular subject with an abundance of data, aiming to complicate comprehension and hinder decision-making. This tactic can be as obstructive as maintaining secrecy. Intentional vagueness involves expressing something in such a vague manner that it becomes meaningless or susceptible to various interpretations. This vagueness serves to divert attention away from genuine concerns or queries. Labeling is the action of labeling someone, something, or a group using a negative or disparaging term. Latitudes of acceptance involve starting with an exaggerated viewpoint on a topic, making the subsequent moderate argument appear more reasonable in comparison. Another tactic is to initially align one's stance with the beliefs of the audience and gradually shift towards the originally held position as time progresses. Limited hangout happens when someone's cloak of secrecy is torn apart, leaving them unable to depend on a false narrative to deceive the public. They might opt to disclose, occasionally even offering fragments of the truth while keeping crucial and incriminating details concealed. The public is typically fascinated by the fresh revelations and may not delve deeper into the issue. Loaded language utilizes precise language and impactful phrases to sway the audience's emotions. Love bombing is a method employed to draw someone into a cult or ideology by overwhelming them with affection, aiming to detach them from their existing beliefs, principles, and social networks. Milieu control, manipulating an individual's way of communicating and their surroundings by applying social influence and group-specific language. This might involve employing colloquialisms that facilitate group identification, potentially leading to the individual feeling disconnected from the larger society. Obfuscation occurs when a communication is purposely rendered complex to grasp. Operant conditioning is a learning procedure where actions are altered by connecting stimuli with either rewards or penalties. Oversimplification involves employing positive generalizations to offer straightforward solutions to intricate issues. Paltering is the deliberate use of carefully chosen true statements to deceive. Disinformation, altering public records, whether by adding or removing information, with the intention of fabricating false accounts of events or the behaviors of individuals or entities. This includes manipulating photographs, videos, sound recordings, and printed documents. Divide and rule. It refers to acquiring and retaining control by fragmenting larger concentrations of power into smaller entities, each possessing less power compared to the entity employing this tactic. Using euphemism. A euphemism is a mild or neutral word or phrase substituted for one that could be considered offensive or convey something unpleasant. Euphoria. Boosting morale by utilizing a delightful occasion that sparks joy, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD, often abbreviated as such, is a tactic aimed at shaping public opinion by spreading false and negative information with the intent of casting doubt on the legitimacy of certain beliefs. This strategy can be viewed as a form of leveraging fear to sway opinions. Fire hose of falsehood is a method of propaganda where numerous messages are rapidly, repeatedly, and continuously disseminated across various platforms, such as news outlets and social media, with little concern for truthfulness or coherence. Flag waving. It is an effort to rationalize an action by suggesting that it will enhance patriotism or contribute positively to a collective, such as a group, nation, or ideology. Flack refers to attempts to undermine or question commonly held beliefs or assumptions. Foot in the door technique. Frequently employed by recruiters and sales representatives, this tactic resembles when a salesman offers a small gift to a customer prior to purchase, prompting the customer to feel indebted and think, "How can I reciprocate?" Consequently, the salesman can effortlessly promote the company's product. Framing occurs when, to sway a political audience towards a particular argumentative stance, facts are presented within a rhetorical framework that alters the individual's viewpoint. Gish gallop. It entails bombarding a political adversary with excessively intricate questions in quick succession during a debate, aiming to portray the opponent as uninformed or confused about the topic at hand. Glittering generalities is emotionally appealing language used to describe a product or concept without providing substantive arguments or analysis. Its purpose is to link the product or concept with a pre-existing positive emotion in the audience's mind. This approach seeks approval without scrutiny of the underlying rationale. Guilt by association is a method employed to convince a specific audience to reject a certain action or concept by insinuating that it is favored by unpopular groups. Half-truth is a deceptive statement contains a kernel of truth but is misleading in various ways. It can take different forms, being partially true, presenting only a fraction of the complete truth, or incorporating deceptive tactics like improper punctuation. Pensée unique refers to promoting a decrease in the depth of conversation by using excessively simple phrases or arguments. Quotes out of context engage in the practice of selectively altering quotes in a way that could alter their intended meanings. Rationalization is a psychological defense mechanism where individuals justify challenging or unacceptable emotions by providing seemingly logical justifications and explanations. Repetition employs a specific symbol or catchphrase repeatedly to ensure it sticks in the audience's memory. Scapegoating refers to the act of attributing fault to a person or a collective in order to ease the sense of guilt felt by those accountable or to divert focus away from addressing the underlying issue. Semantic satiation diminishes the significance of a particular word by repeating it and employing it for minor allegations. A smear campaign is a deliberate and planned attempt to damage the reputation of an individual or a group. Testimonials are quotes, whether taken from context or not, referenced to bolster a point or argument. The third-party technique is more receptive to arguments presented by sources seemingly detached from personal interests rather than those with a vested stake in the result. Transfer involves attributing either positive or negative traits of an individual to another person, either to enhance the latter's image or to undermine them. Unstated assumption. When stating a propaganda idea directly might make it appear less believable. Instead, the idea is subtly conveyed through repeated assumptions or implications. Whataboutism? Trying to undermine an adversary's stance by accusing them of hypocrisy instead of directly disproving their argument. Misuse of statistics entails presenting statistics in a manner that inaccurately skews people's understanding of a particular subject. Beautiful people. This method is commonly applied in marketing rather than in politics. It involves using well-known individuals or portraying appealing, contented individuals. The implication is that by purchasing a product or embracing a specific ideology, individuals can attain happiness or success as well. Big lie. Individuals are more susceptible to believing a significant falsehood compared to a minor one. This susceptibility may arise because others may struggle to even know where to start in debunking it. Classical conditioning, a behavioral technique that elicits a response from everyone. It involves pairing a neutral stimulus with a natural stimulus repeatedly until the neutral stimulus alone can evoke the same response. Cognitive dissonance. It exploits people's desire to be consistent. For example, if an analyst finds that a certain group of people hate his candidate for senator, but love actor A, he could use actor A's endorsement of their candidate to change people's minds. Plain folk. It aims to persuade the audience that the views of the propagandists align with the common beliefs of the people. It is crafted to gain the trust of the audience by speaking in a manner and style familiar to them. A typical illustration of this propaganda tactic is a political figure often depicted in a backyard or shop engaging in everyday activities